I get it.
I had a client one time, I told them our process, and he was like, wow, that's a very long process. People you tell them you want a design and they'll give you the design, and then you decide if you want to sell it. And I said, how?
You decide.
How?
You
mean
decide.
I will use manpower, brain power, energy,
And
electricity
for you to come and decide?
To give you just a concept for giving sake. Hey, my God, I can't. I was like, how?
Running a business could be difficult. On this channel, we share the journey through the good days and the bad days. How to grow your business, how to manage your clients, and how to give the best customer experience are some of the topics that we talk about. If you like this type of content, hit the subscribe button and let's jump right into this video.
Hi guys, so this is Stanley once again, and this is going to be our third interview. And like I said, the last time we're going to interview someone who is amazing. She's moved from being a fashion designer to being an artist, and now she's an interior designer. And she is my favorite client. Like, yeah, I'm serious. So now let's invite Mina Evans. You guys don't want to know what happened behind this. Hi Mina, how are you doing?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm good. So thank you so much for accepting to do the interview with me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So I have a lot of questions that I would like to ask.
Okay.
But then let's first get to know who you are and what you do for a living.
Okay. So my name is Mina Evans Telfer now. And I'm an interior designer and an artist as well.
Okay. So interior designer and an artist. Where's the fashion part?
I used to be a fashion designer.
What happened?
I stopped being a fashion designer.
Why? Why did you stop?
I think it was just I wasn't managing that business properly, and then being a creative, you kind of always just have to have that vim to do things, and the vim was just slowly.
It wasn't there.
Yeah. I mean, I still love fashion, don't get me wrong.
So you do the fashion for yourself and people close to you?
Yes.
Okay.
No, actually, not even people close to me, just myself.
Just yourself? Wow.
Just myself.
Okay. So for just yourself, and then how did you find yourself into arts?
So I've always been an artist.
It's not one of those I've always been an artist when I was at 10 and then or when I was born and then you started.
No, it's basically when I was born.
Wow.
Yeah. Like the number one guaranteed A grade in school is art. Like there's no way I could have gotten a B in art. I don't think you understand. It was like my most excellent subject at all times. I come from a relatively great, well, not relatively. My dad is an architect.
Yeah.
So he's also a good artist.
If you don't know her dad, I'll drop a picture of the dad you see. So if you're an architect, you know him.
My dad's an architect, so like there's just always been art like around me. So that's what kind of segued into like being a fashion designer. And then after I dropped that, I had that like little period between fashion and interior where it just kind of sparked again, and it was like, oh, let me try my hands. Next thing I knew, it was like another career. It was
now the main thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you said the motivation was not there to do the whole fashion thing, how then did you start it at all?
Fashion?
Well, yeah.
Oh, so okay. So with fashion, I liked art, like I said, and I liked to draw. And I found that I was usually drawing clothes like.
Okay.
There was Barbie, and I was not liking her outfit. I'm like, this could be better. So, like I'll draw a new outfit or stuff for her. But so when I found out that you could be a fashion designer as a career, I was sold. Nobody could tell me anything. My whole everything was towards being a fashion designer. School, uni, everything towards being a fashion designer. And then, I became a fashion designer. and then
you started managing it, and you didn't like the way it was going, so you did a switch.
Yeah, I always say that as much as you go to fashion school, and even I didn't go to interior school, but from what I hear, people who have been to interior design school, it's really all about honing your creative talents. But there's another whole aspect to running a business. You think that your days are going to be full of drawing and like, oh, this fabric is lovely, and it's literally only 20 to 30% creative, and the rest.
Hello, the people who like being creative and not bother about the business side. Hello.
Honestly, if that's what you want to do, then come and work for somebody who has a creative business, because then you will do what you need to do. But like I said, like I always say, you can design a nice room, but for the room to be implemented, there's so much stuff that needs to happen, and so much budgeting and ordering, and like sourcing, so many different things that need to
That come
happen
into play.
before that end result. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. Then it's not been that easy from the way.
No.
So would you say that you would not like to have started it?
Interiors?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Is it worth it?
Yeah. So, okay. I am a creatively curious human being.
Okay.
Right? I get new ideas
And you like to try the new ideas out.
I like to, yes, like 1,000 times a month I will have a new idea on something, right? And that was kind of what was, I want to say, also plaguing me towards the end of fashion. I was interested in this, and I was interested in this, and interested in this. And I always say that with interiors, it kind of scratches like that itch, you understand? Because I get to kind of play around everywhere. I can be doing landscaping, I can be doing art, I can be talking, like basically learning masonry, I can be doing like ceramics, like, you get what I'm saying? I learn so much, and I have my hands in everything that interests me creatively.
Doesn't it tire you out?
Oh yes, I'm always tired. You already know. You already know. I'm always tired. It's like my national anthem at this point.
Wow.
How are you? I'm tired.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
But do you ever say I'm tired? Don't you always say, oh, I'm fine? Then when I ask you the second time, then, I'm tired.
Yeah. If I'm tired, it's inside. I'm tired. It's like constant state of tiredness. But again, that is just because we are so early in the business. As time goes on, and as you start hiring more people, and putting your business in place, that is when you can free up time.
So right now the curve is really steep. Like you'd have to go this way first before you now sort of settle. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. That sounds great. Now, what have you had to do in hiring people? Who have you had to become? Because I know some bosses that are like, hey, you know what? We hire you today, you mess up, you are fired. That's all. You're going home.
There are bosses like that?
There are bosses like that.
Wow, you should tell my employees that. Some people firing on the spot.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, wow. Straight out. Like, oh, you messed up. Okay, you're fired.
Wow.
Pack up your things and I don't agree with that kind of firing though, because for businesses like, if you're being a cashier at maybe ShopRite or the mall, so the attendant who takes your money and checks everything for you, all of that. Yeah, that kind of job you can easily do, like hire and fire. If you're in the creative side where you have to train people to think like you, is really not the best way to go, because everybody has like ideas popping off in their head, and to be able to get people that you work with for a very long time. And when I say long, I don't mean like 6 months. Long time, because it takes a long while to train people to sort of be in your position or be in your shoes.
Yeah.
Wait, how has that been?
It's been cool and not so cool. So hiring generally, I mean, hiring is an art. Really,
how is it an art?
At this point, hiring is an art. You are never going to get the perfect hire, but you will see something in someone, and you will know that, okay, this person can be trained, this person can be molded. It's not even necessarily to be a replica of you, but it's basically this is how we do it here. You understand? This is our look. This is our process to get from A to B. This is this is that. It's been, I don't want to say the hiring has been tough. The actual hiring, you know how it is when we're here. The first month is great.
Why is the first month great?
Because I remember one supervisor, I was like, I remember your first day, you got here at 7:30.
And
We
today,
start work at 9. You got here at 7:30. The first week, it
1
is
hour,
it is
30
now 10
minutes.
o'clock. It is 10 o'clock. 4 5 months in.
we are running the town.
You understand? Like people will always present like the best for it. I mean, we are human beings. But I think what it boils down to is it's really just following instruction. That's what it is. We don't like to follow instructions as human beings, as
Now,
people.
nobody likes following instructions, especially if they don't agree to that instruction.
Then go off your own business.
She said it under tone.
Then go off your own business and be given instructions. Because like I don't understand. Somebody is there and they've opened their business and they decided how they want their business to run. And you have
But
decided
I have
without
my own
even
ideas in
yeah,
them.
okay, but consult me.
Why-
Because I have sat down for many hours and I have thought through how I want every step, every single process of everything to be. And I have my reasons that you may or may not know. So before you just now get up and decide that, you know what, I don't like this, how this is going, I want to change it. Nobody is saying don't have ideas. Nobody is saying don't have ideas. Come and tell me. Come and tell me. Let's talk about it. And then I will think about it in the grand scheme of things. As the CEO, whose job is to think about the bigger vision for the company, right?
Yeah.
Like, I will now be like, okay, that's aligned with us. Let's try it. Or you know what? It won't work right now. Maybe when we get the odd, maybe no. Stop. Can't do it. You get me? Like there should always be that, I don't want to call it banter, but that kind of back and forth.
Back and forth.
I always enjoy a creative, even when I was doing fashion, a creative environment where we are creatives, we are brainstorming, we are bouncing ideas off each other. That to me is the best.
But it's not as easy as it sounds when someone comes up with an idea. They think it's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
They share the idea with you, and then you sort of bounce it down.
So the thing with me is I will not bounce it down immediately, right then and there. I'm a big believer in let's think it through. Okay, so if you come and you tell me, okay, I think we should deliver this bed straight to the client's house, for example, I will sit down and I will give you, I know the answer in my head is not that it's no, but it's not a good idea to do that. I will sit down and I'll be like, okay, so what happens when, and I present a scenario to you. And then, okay, so then when we do this, what do you think the clients will feel about that? You understand? And what do you think this? What do you think that? Before, it's like helping the person realize that, okay, the idea is not just the idea. There's consequences to everything. You're dropping it at the client's house. Okay, first of all, who will be at the client's house?
Who puts it together?
Who put it together? You understand? Will the client now see like maybe if like the box, because there are some clients like that, the box is not in perfect condition, because you know sometimes maybe you have these stores and they are packing and the handling is not great and blah blah blah. We want to present the best to the client. Why would I bring a tattered box? Now where are we going to put in the client's house? I mean, I would litter their whole sitting room with deliveries. You get me? There's so many different steps to it, so like let's think it through.
Okay,
I will help you see that it's not a good idea.
See that, what if it's a good idea?
If
You
it's
also
a good
help
idea,
them.
if it's a good idea, then it's like, oh, okay, cool, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay, so then that means you are also not a big believer in the hire and fire system if you're in the creative side, but you think that you should train the people.
Absolutely, you must train.
For how long?
I think training is a constant thing. Onboarding a hire is definitely difficult, and so I say it's an art, because if you now just hire for like Charlie, we are hot to meet somebody, and you just hire someone because you need them right then and there, even in the first week you will see like red flags, and if you ignore those, you understand. So it's about like being cutthroat, and it's at that point when you realize that, you know what, I need this person to be a supervisor, and from what they are displaying,
it's not giving this.
It's not supervising. You understand? You just have to know that, Charlie, let's cut our losses, and you try again. But if the person is, good, because me, I believe in mistakes. You understand? If you don't make mistakes, how you learn, right? So it's like when someone makes a mistake, and we've corrected the mistake once, and we've corrected the mistake twice, and we've corrected the mistake up to even 5 times, then at this point you just don't care. At this point, you are really just, it's like you are playing with my emotions now. And that's how I'll spark. You understand? Because, like, must I say this 5 times? Must I? Even the third time, we couldn't take it on board.
What if the person forgot? Truly forgot?
And that's where my husband says, you can tell who cares and who's there for a paycheck. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the biggest problem that we have right now, like hiring. Everyone just has this, I call it like a copy and paste mentality. Or maybe in school, it's called a chew and pour mentality. You cannot do that with interiors. You understand? Because copy and paste. So what if you copy and you go and paste it and there's a spelling mistake or there's a problem? Like, does it mean that we leave it? You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
It's like we have to, let's take the next step. The next, just 2 minutes more, 3 minutes more to go in and look. Nobody's saying don't make a mistake, because I also make mistakes. 100%, I also make mistakes, but it's not, especially with interiors, it's somebody's money. It's somebody's life savings sometimes. Is it somebody's life savings that you can just play with like that? That is when you don't understand. Even to set up this office, it's a lot of money. You understand? It's a lot of money. So to mess somebody's property up, or what if you have to cover everything, and you decide, okay, you cover sometimes, then sometimes you don't cover, then sometimes you, and the floor gets messed up. When we have to pay 4,000 CDs or whatever to come and clean it, it's not coming out of your pocket, so you understand what I'm saying? And it is at that point that's, like I say, I'll start to spark. If you ask someone what it's like working with me, it depends on who you're asking, really and truly. But I'm sure the number one word would be difficult, because it's not that I hire and fire, but there'll be blastings, especially if this is the 4th time you are making the same mistake. After we've gone through it peacefully, you understand? Because, like,
I see. But how do you manage that? Would I call it temper?
Yes.
Like when you've said the thing, you tried explaining one, twice, 3 times, and it's still happening.
I don't know how I manage it. It depends. It's how I'm feeling that day.
Oh, now that also brings that. Okay, you finish. There's another question for the clients and you.
It's how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I will literally have a conversation with myself, like, do I want to shout? Do I feel like shouting? Do I have the energy for the kind of energy that I should be displaying with this mistake or this display of nonchalance? Like, do I have the energy? Sometimes too, I have to get the energy, because it's like how much will it cost to fix this?
Guys,
you get me?
Every mistake is costs.
Yes.
Let's put interior aside. In architecture, every line is money. That simple line that you've seen, it's a lot of money. Right now, if you go and check how much bag of cement is,
100 CDs almost, I think.
It's more than 100 right now.
Really?
Floor tile per square meter is also more than 100 CDs now. So if you are making that kind of mistake, it's somebody's money that is going down the drain. And of course, if it's not your business, you're not the one seeing how much money it is. So this boils down to, if you are out there and you've even been hired for a job. See, I am somebody that I want people to be as plain as possible. If you came because you want to get your paycheck, tell me.
Yeah.
I came here for the paycheck.
Yeah.
I don't care. Don't go. See, you can lie to the people, but over time, your true self will come out.
Show.
And when it shows, what will you do? You can't hide it for long.
Yeah.
There are people who hire me. I tell them plain. If you come and start having a conversation, oh, Stanley, you like money? I'll tell you, yes, I like money.
But who doesn't like money?
Some people don't want you to.
But we're working for hobby's sake.
And we love what we are doing.
Yes, but we decided to turn that love into a business.
But it's supposed to be out of love.
Yes, we love it, but it's a business that we're running, because you are responsible for somebody's livelihood.
You understand? They don't see it like that. But you said you love it. Why do you want to charge so much? Why? But you love it.
Why do you want to charge so much? Because you love your job? Hey, Stanley, that's a question people have been asking you. Oh, maybe they can't do.
Oh, you've not heard that before?
No.
Oh, don't worry, don't worry. One of these
Hey.
days I'll share voice notes today.
You love it. So why are you charging?
You love it, but you love it. Oh, but this thing is something small.
Show them your registration certificate. Show that we've now made it a business.
No, why do you have to do that?
Do what?
Why do I have to show you registration before you?
Well, I mean, it sounds like you are dealing with people who are unreasonable. So you have to take the extra step. How can you ask me that question? Hey, you love it, so why
No,
are
some
you
people actually
charging?
go the extra mile of asking you. It's a question that someone asked. Oh, when you visit my site, would you charge?
Don't even start it. Do you know? Yeah, we don't have standardization in this. It's not like Stanley. You like those stars. We don't have standardization in this industry. I mean, already with interiors, there are about 10,000 ways to charge. Not 10,000, but like there are quite a
There are
few
quite a
ways
few ways.
that people can charge, right? And it's up to you as a firm to see what it is that you need, or basically sometimes you realize that yeah, I'm not charged for this, yeah, I'm not charged for that. That's why you need to just have everything. This is how we do it. Maybe you had a different experience with another interior designer, but for us to, it's also about just the language of how you present it. Like, it's not a hobby. It's not a hobby, guys. It's a business. We're running a business. We have rent.
But what?
We have rent, we have salaries, we have internet to pay for. Okay? Yeah.
Internet and lights.
And
Lights.
lights.
Wow. Right now the rates have doubled. If you don't know, go check.
Hmm.
So, what's it called? When you have an already outlined process,
Yes.
and then here walks in a client that decides that I've seen your process, but I want to start from here and jump to this one and go to this one before we finally finish the project. What would you do?
You see, I know the answer to this question. But as to whether the answer to this question applies to this country of ours, is it's totally different. You understand? But I think it is also, it's how you present yourself in the beginning, and also knowing who your ideal client is, who your target client is. It's difficult to do this when you are starting out, which I mean, technically we are in our third year, so we are essentially still starting out. But you have to realize that it's not all clients that are for you. There's also red flags with a client. If I tell you the number of times that I felt in my gut, Mina, don't take this job, and I took the job,
And then
and I regretted taking the job. You understand? It's like I said it. I knew it.
I just knew it.
I knew it.
I should have just listened.
Listen to yourself, girl. Like, really. I think at one point we parted ways, and if it comes to that, it comes to that, because the process is there for a reason. That's what I tell the clients. And I think number one lingo that I use is in my experience, because I've experienced it. You understand? The thing you are suggesting, I've done it before.
I've done it before.
Let me tell you, it doesn't end well. You understand? Plus, also, once you have a process, you will realize that when you deviate, that's when things go awry. If you have a client that is going to come, and it's difficult with clients, like sometimes it's about past experience with another interior designer. Sometimes it's about, just maybe even their personality. Their type A personalities, their type B personality. Me, I know I'm type A. If I now meet another person who is type A, and I can feel like, we are going to clash. We are going to, like, if they come at me with, no, I want to do it how I want to do it. You have to understand, the process is the process for a reason. You cannot paint a wall before you plaster a wall. You understand? You cannot paint a wall before you plaster a wall, but it's also client relations. It's how you explain it to them, how and if they still don't want to explain, out of 10 clients, 7 of them will be like, okay.
Then the other 3 you can let them go.
You will have 2 of them who you may need to now use the lingo that we spoke about. This is because, and this and that,
this,
and most of the time,
yes,
most of the time, those 2 will be like, in the end, okay. And you probably have one that is still going to be like, no, but and it's like, okay, I'm sorry then. Then we we can't take on this job. We don't have the capacity. We are full.
We don't have the capacity.
We are full. We're at capacity.
So at least you know that not you agree that not every client is yours.
Yes, I mean, can you interior the whole Ghana? You can't. You physically cannot. If they even give you 10 projects to do this month, me personally, I will disintegrate. I will be so I can't. You understand? Plus, honestly, what if the person's style is not your style? What if you are now fighting because of auntie?
I don't like this one.
This suggestions. You get me? Like
these things that you are bringing up is not exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, or even I'm sure as a business owner, you have a vision for your brand. You have a vision for the type of interiors you want to put out. You have a vision for this, you have a vision for that. Fine, it's not every job that you, what's the word, put on social media. You understand? There's some jobs that yes, you do take because you need like cash for whatever. Yes, and it's fine. But sometimes when it's not gelling, you know from the very beginning. And then on the first phone call, you will know that this job is not the one that it is not.
I've had a couple of those.
Same.
And trust me, it doesn't end well.
Because, sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, but it's like, I always say that, imagine this scenario, right? You get a phone call. You know, Mina, don't take this job. But you need, and that's why I said it's harder to do in the beginning. You understand?
Yeah,
because you
want
you need cash, you need this, you need that, and even though maybe the job is not even something that you can use for content, maybe there's something little that you can use for content and all of that to bring in your portfolio and all of that. So you take the job. And now the job has turned into exactly what we all need to turn into, a nightmare, right? So you are there in the middle of a nightmare, and then using all your resources and your energy and your this and your that to work with this job that you should not have taken, and then in walks your dream client.
What would you do?
Exactly.
What would you do?
In walks your dream client with your dream job and your dream everything, and unfortunately now, because you are dealing with what you shouldn't have taken, you don't have the resources to give them 100% service.
You don't even have
you
the
understand
energy.
To experience your full
maybe that day,
that's so sad to
that
me.
day, the already existing projects you are doing that you don't like, you were paced on sites, and now the client calls you and you sound
but you see, like I said, it's easier to do it. It's harder to do it when you have just started out.
It's harder, but I'll take that risk. I'll take the risk and say no.
Risky.
Oh yeah, I'm very, very risky. Hey, I like my peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have my peace of mind, I can't work.
Yes.
So then even the people that I've selected that okay, I like to work with these people, when they come now, what do I do?
Yeah, because you don't have that, you can't deliver the same. If you want to deliver 100% service and your dream client has come, they deserve 100% service. They're not complaining about budget. Their taste is not work. They're like, you understand, 100%. They've given you freedom to do what it is you need to do. But because somebody is disturbing you on projects XYZ, it's like you can't give it to, like, you get me. It's sad.
You won't have the energy to even give it. So I'll take the risk. So you should also check like your risk. If you're not a risky person like me, I'm very risky. I can decide to decline every project that I get in a month if it doesn't fit.
Yeah, you have to.
Because I work, I'm a guy, but then I work a lot with my emotions and how I'm feeling about the project. So if I'm doing the work and it's not going, I'm not excited giving updates, you will not get the best from me.
Yeah. But you see, that's the thing with being creative. It's really, it's about energy. You know, like I was telling my design assistant that, it's so funny. I was telling her, because, you know, I paint, like we work from home. We have like an office side and everything. So when I have like an art commission or something, they usually see me painting because I'll do it necessarily. So sometimes it's like, I should be painting, but I should be painting, but it's not entered. Yeah, so the feeling has not entered me yet. So it's almost like it needs to come. So I remember one time she was dealing with a muralist, and the muralist had told her something like, it doesn't feel like working now or something. And that's why she updated me. I was like, hey. You don't feel like working, saying, what do you mean? She said, oh no, but because you said, like artists and stuff, it has to be a feeling. So I just decided to tell him, okay.
No, that one is different. So,
I just
so
said, oh my
but
goodness.
hold on. What now that we bring in the feeling parts? So there are days that you don't feel like working. Do you still work?
What do you do? Well, it's not working, you have to work.
How would you do the work?
It depends. Like
What
I
part
said,
of the work would you actually do in that
there's
time?
different parts of work in interior. When you own a creative business, it's not always we are sitting down, we are doing mood board, we are doing floor plan. No. You understand? And also, really and truly, when you sit down and think about it, why do you hire people?
To do parts of the job that you won't have the time to do, or you don't like doing, or you don't do best.
Yes, exactly.
So you do the parts that you don't like.
No, but you see, that when you are hiring, you need to know what are you hiring the person for. What is their job description? You understand? If their job description is to make orders, you are at liberty to put whatever it is on the list that will free up your time to do what it is that you are good at and want to do, and to do things that you just plain out don't like doing. Like me, I cannot handle Excel spreadsheets.
They're annoying, eh?
They make me dizzy.
The same thing here.
You understand? I don't like Excel spreadsheets. And honestly, the few times that I have tried to do it in the beginning of the business, it was actually quite a disaster. It was very, very bad. You understand? Formulas, all of that. We have someone now who handles the budget, the spreadsheets, all of that.
You're sorted.
You understand? So it's like, why would I now give myself that work?
That also boils down to you can't do everything by yourself.
Oh, absolutely not. Oh my gosh, you can't. You can't.
You burn out massively. Especially if a chunk of the business are activities that you don't like doing. Me like this, I don't really like to do a lot of modeling. So I have somebody else to do the modeling for me now.
That's all.
Away.
That's all.
And for the contents that I create, I don't like doing the editing. I have an editor who does that for me.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah. Usually, videos that I create, I use about 3-4 hours to edit. The editor does it in 30 minutes. Why would I kill myself?
Exactly. Exactly. That's a very smart move, dear. Congrats to you. Because 4 hours. Because you see, I'm the kind of person, right, that I'm sitting, even if I'm just sitting down doing nothing, I feel guilty. Because there's always something to do. So I'm always like, wow, Mina, you sat down for 1 hour. You sat down for... What could you be doing in this 1 hour? Like, my brain will not rest. What could you be doing in this 1 hour?
The only exceptions to that are when I'm on vacation, though.
Hey, you're on vacation.
Don't go and see.
I know, right?
You need rest, though. You need rest. Like right now, I need a vacation.
Same.
But then I can't go on vacation.
Why?
Because there are so many projects to finish. And if
Hire
I don't
somebody, Stanley.
Of course, you can't leave everything to somebody too.
Yes, that's very true. You can't
leave everything. So at least if I know that I've hired somebody and I've trained them for over 2 years, I'm sure they will be able to get 80% of my process. That final 20%, I still need to be involved. Unless it gets so good that now that person can run 100% and I can remove myself. The day that will happen.
But even the removing yourself, honestly, like you said, there will still be that little. You need to check in.
You want to do something?
Yeah, you have to, because it's still your name on the proposal or you get what I'm saying.
The invoice or anything is you that.
It's coming from the office of Stanley.
So if anything happens, they'll come and look for Stanley. They won't come and look for the people.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's dive into your interior work. What piece in your work or which of your projects have you been most excited about from the beginning to the end? No friction, everything went so smoothly, and you are so happy with that project.
Well, first of all, once human beings are involved, nothing will go smoothly. There will always be something wrong. And honestly, it's almost like I don't want to say it's a rite of passage, and I don't mean to like jinx a project, but there is nothing like a smooth project. Even if it's something like, oh, the tile is wrong, this one box, let's go and change. You understand? There will always be something. There'll always be something.
So how do you overlook that something and be like, okay,
I don't overlook.
I like it.
I
You
don't
close one eye, I
overlook.
like it.
No, 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 no. No. And I think for me that's what sets us apart. I always say that we are a nation of oh the infants are. But yeah, that meaning he's done it already. You just, unless the client comes to me and tells me, okay, Mina, it's okay, you just let this one go. I'm okay with it. That's the only time that I'll
But
back
even
down.
that, are you sure you back down? Because it
That
will
one
be in
can
your
sometimes
head.
yes. It will be in my head. Sometimes I'll just be like,
If only
are you sure? Because I mean, mom, yeah, it's not sitting right with me. Like you get it. Like, are you sure? Are you sure? But I cannot. If I am paying you 100% of your money, I expect 100% of the job.
The job.
100% quality, 100% completion, 100% everything. I cannot be paying you 100 and you now come and give me 80% and the 20% you tell me, oh, madam, who there, Vanessa, it's because the ceiling is crooked, the wall is crooked. And like there is no straight wall or ceiling
That thing is
or
true.
floor in this whole Ghana.
That thing is
So
true.
act accordingly, please. You can't tell me that.
It's actually there's no straight wall in that.
This
I've
whole
not seen.
country.
I'm still waiting to see a straight wall.
Yeah, it's bad though. Let's talk to the Masons Association of Ghana. Tell them,
They
yo,
will not
can
listen.
you people fix up? Because who?
They will not listen.
And
So
yeah, there's
that means there is no project that you say has gone smoothly.
no. So it's a myth.
So that means it's that bad in this country. So
Yeah. It's a myth because even a crooked wall is equal to the project not going smoothly. You understand? Somebody can be hanging curtains and say, you know, Madam Media, my curtain is straight. And I'm like, okay, but it looks crooked. Okay, the visitor that's coming to visit is not going to be like, oh wow, I can see that your ceiling is crooked and that's why your curtain is crooked.
They don't
They're
think
going to be
about
like, did you see your curtain is crooked?
they don't consider the fact that the ceiling
Yes.
is broken or anything is broken.
Oh my gosh, and they'll get so defensive unless you throw a line on the wall
Before they
and
now
just be
agree,
like, it's crooked, can you see it's crooked? Because me, if something is 2 millimeters off, I will look at it and tell you it's 2 millimeters off. And before they used to fight with me about it, be pulling tape measures and then they'll see that indeed it's 2 millimeters off. But it's like, okay, so we've agreed. Even if let's say your curtain is straight, it looks crooked. So how are we fixing it? And we fix it. Like I don't accept excuses. I don't like excuses because I feel like that is how
you will
the
continue.
standard is low for everyone.
Excuses.
Yeah.
I also don't like it. I don't like giving excuses. The moment I start giving excuses, I'm shy.
Yeah.
I cover my face because like I don't. And there are situations where I can easily give an excuse. Like there are times I'm sick, but because there's a project to deliver, you ask me, "Are you okay?" Yes, I'm okay. But trust me, I'm sick.
Yeah,
but I just need to make sure that I deliver that thing to you without having to tell you, "Oh, I'm sick, so I'm resting." Nobody cares about that. Honestly, yeah, we are all human beings. We work with human beings. We like to consider that people can fall sick and all of that. They don't care about that too.
Oh, me, I care. And if you're sick, I don't know.
No, okay, yeah, she cares, but but you can't even ride on the fact that she cares for so long, because at the end of the day, she also has a client to meet up with and deliver at a particular time.
Yeah.
So what do you do then? So that also means that you have to be at optimum health, like be balanced as possible. Nobody pays for instability. That is why like big companies would pay huge amounts of money just for a different agency to design a logo for them.
Yeah.
It can be as simple as a logo. It can be as simple as doing interior design for them. The more money a company pays for a service, it means the more value they put on that service. And that also means that you, as the creative person delivering that service to them, you should deliver their best you can.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that will hinder that from happening, you take care of it. You never let it happen.
Yeah.
Last year, I used to burn out a lot, because I used to work Monday to Sunday, and then the cycle starts all over again. This year, I work Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday is off. If you call me, I will not mind you, especially if it's about work. If you are checking up on me, that's fine. Hey, Why not? When you're checking up on me too, I have my account details. Just ask me for it. It makes me feel a lot better.
But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, because before, especially when we started, I mean, both my husband and myself run this company, and he's a workaholic. And also, so am I to an extent. But I found that this year, or maybe towards the end of last year, I have been a lot more like, I don't play with my Sundays.
Hey.
I don't play with my Sundays. Saturdays, in construction and interior, Saturday is a working day, basically. Even if it's
But
a
it's a
half
half
day or
working
if it's yes, exactly. So my Sundays, my phone, I don't even know where my phone is. Like, you understand? Like, I'm sleeping or like nobody. Even if you message me, no problem. Even if I
I'll
come
respond
online,
later.
you will see me online. I will reply to you on Monday, because I need
Time to rest.
the brain, even the rest. My brain is not resting, but at least my body.
Should not be
Yeah.
busy doing something.
Because even on Sundays by 6 o'clock is when I start thinking about the next
The
day.
next day, Monday.
If the thoughts come during my relaxation time, I just like put a note down or something in my notes, and then I'm like, okay, what are we doing on Monday? So from 6 is when I start. Like, oh, tomorrow's Monday. Okay, what's the plan?
So now, what does the future look like for you? And what advice would you have given to your younger self if you were presented with the same opportunities at the same time, but now with that advice, what would you have done differently?
Hey,
Mm.
what's the questions? Let me see. What was the first one? 5 years? Future?
What's the future looking like? The moment you say it, though, we'll have it on record. So we're waiting for the future.
So the future, I don't know. I just want to have like a fully fledged team. I have an idea or a vision of how I want the team to be structured. So it's just slowly filling those positions. Obviously having an amazing office, because I keep dreaming about our office space, how it's going to look, right? So having an amazing office, but then just doing a lot more. I really like doing residential design, and I think I want to do a couple of hospitality design as well. I would really enjoy that. Retail too, sure, but I think I really enjoy hospitality and residential.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just kind of forced to be reckoned with in the industry, and maybe this is more of like a hope for us all as interior designers. It's like, let's try and standardize things. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how it can be done, I don't know, but it's like, let's try so that it's almost like, okay, this is how interior is. Because I'm sure when you go to an architect, there's a way that's oh no, the architect has charged this, and I'm sure there's a back and forth with clients and all of that. But I don't think that there's much. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's much. Or what firm XYZ didn't tell me that, or you get what I'm saying? Like, oh no, but when I went there, this is not how they were charging. Or when I went there, that's not. You get me?
I get it.
I had a client one time. I told them our process, and he was like, "Wow, that's a very long process. People you tell them you want a design, and they'll give you the design, and then you decide if you want to sell it." I said, "How?
You decide.
How? You
decide.
mean I will use manpower, brain power, energy,
And
electricity
for you to come and decide?
To give you just a concept for giving sake? Hey, my God, I can't." I was like, how? Man said, oh, that's a very long process. And I mean, again, when you get hit with that, it's just kind of, you have thought about your language. You know how it's like, it's this way, this is our process.
Sometimes the clients, sometimes.
But then you see, the thing is, if there wasn't another interior designer somewhere
doing
who
that
has
thing that way,
agreed to just get up, first of all, go to a site, it could be in whatever, go to a site just for going sake, have a look at it, and they're like, okay, so you give me a design, and they'll say, okay, and now bring 3D render or something to the client, so the client will be like, wow,
and feel like it's for
and
free.
they've not charged anything at that point
and they
in
feel
time.
like it's for free.
Hey, that's what I mean by let's standardize. Let's try to, because how the heck? So right now that you've done it, they say that they don't want. It's okay. Thank you so much for your time.
What happened?
Just as your time, that they are thanking you.
You just be in tears. Then you be like, oh, these clients are wicked.
How would you even pay the 3D renderer?
Is you? Hey, so, do you know how they do? Don't start.
I don't understand though. Hey,
Yeah, she wants to know how they'll pay the tree. They'll pay him with, oh, the project, I've gotten it. Just do it for me. When you finish and the client pays, then I'll come and pay you.
So fraud. That's how they pay for the 3D renderer. Fraudulent. Oh
They pay
no.
for it like that, or sometimes they want to pay less than. Like,
but then, if they want to pay less, where does that money come from? Is it their pockets?
it comes from their pockets.
Meaning they've gone
They
and
want to invest.
use their brain for free and their transport.
So when the project doesn't come on, then they are now sad, and it leads them to that down cycle of, oh, I've been doing this for so many years and nothing has come out of it. It's simply because of the process that you have.
Honestly.
If you had the process of, okay, you want this, all right, no problem, let's have a discussion. The discussion may be free. That one there can be free. And then after that one, then you are like, okay, so this is my process. At this point, this is what it costs. At this point, this is what it costs. You pay 50% to start. Medias pay 50%. I don't know about others, but you pay a percentage to start the project.
Yes.
It's not free.
Yes.
I didn't start it for free. Yeah, no. So please, let know how you do
go
your
dash
thing.
somebody 3D render.
People do it for free.
Oh, please.
Unless
They should stop right now.
If like the project was say $50,000 plus, and you do like what the client to see it as free, but you know that you are paying for it.
They will. I'll tell you, like the renders cost this. Renders are a separate service.
Yeah, but people don't do that.
But that's what I say. Like in terms of, as long as the bottom line is, they know that it will be paid for. You understand? They know that they cannot just get a render for getting sake without having made a commitment. That is where it becomes difficult for other interior designers, for example, where you go and you give a design. The person hasn't paid anything. They told you, okay, you give me a design and let me have a look. Let me have a look.
It's like you've had a lot of experience.
I should create photo album for you to be looking. Okay. For free. So you understand? But then my point is that there are people who will say, okay, and then go and do it. And then, so what if they don't go with you? The money, the time, the brain power, the sleepless nights, because design, you don't just design for designing's sake.
I don't know. Clients know that.
That's the thing. I cannot.
Someone told me recently that, oh, I downloaded the app. I've just not learned how to use it.
So what you are paying for, Mr. Client, is my learning. That's what you are paying for. My learning and my using of the app is what you are paying for. Okay? The fact that I've learned how to do it, but as you've downloaded this on your phone that you've not learned it, it means you don't have what? The time to learn it. Okay? This is me. I've used time.
But they have the app now.
So
they will learn the app.
But then why have you not learned it yet?
My question is, you downloaded the app on your phone.
Now, do they do apps to do 3D render? Phone app?
Oh, there are some phone apps that can do some level of 3D render, but you've seen the level of 3D render that we produce, and then you tell me you've downloaded the app. See, advise yourself.
Rendering is not easy. You understand what I'm saying?
Recently, I shared my screen with a client, and the client was like, "Is this what you have to do?"
Yes. Equal to you know how? Oh my God. It is. This is what we have to do.
That was when she realized that no.
Yeah.
It's not that easy.
You see, it for me, I feel like, again, it's easy to talk about processes, but the truth of the matter is we're dealing with Ghanaians. And we are the way we are. You understand? I can sit here and I can talk about this and I can talk about that. If one painter now comes to come and tell me something, am I going to be over you to this one is not 1,000 cities? You collect, which one is 3,000? You understand? But I found that since I have been in interiors now, I don't like to beat people down in terms of price. My husband hates it. but personally, because he's in charge of the business finances, but as a creative, I know if I come in and tell you that this painting costs 20,000 cities, and you come and you tell me it costs, I'll pay 5,000. First of all, that's how to get me annoyed. Because that's how to get me very annoyed. Because nobody's saying don't negotiate. You
But
understand?
negotiate reasonably.
Negotiate respectfully. Thank you. And that's the thing. I think I don't know if it's Africans in general, but I know Ghanaians and Nigerians we like this temper.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
10,000.
beat the price down like times. I heard there's a formula actually. You cut it down by 4.
Damn.
And then you start going from there.
Ha.
If you try that thing with me.
Because and you see, this is now what has let our subcontractors also inflate their prices, because they know that this one, I know it will cost 10,000. Let me tell them 20 because I know we'll talk, then it will become 10. You understand? And I'll get the one.
Why do we have to do that?
Oh my gosh!
If it's 5, tell me it's 5.
Thank you.
I remember buying. Okay, it wasn't me. It was my driver that was buying a charging cable. The guy started from 20 cedis. The guy ended up selling the thing for 5 cedis.
5.
So then that means the price of the thing is actually less than 5 cedis, because you are making. So why did you start from 20?
Yeah, because he knows it's our culture to be like, they remember how 15, they remember how 10.
Then why are we at Makola? We are not at Makola.
Oh my gosh! And what we have to understand, guys, is that you get what you pay for. Okay, if I've told you something is 20,000, right, for example, and you tell me you will pay 5, you cannot be expecting 20,000. You can't be expecting Mercedes Benz on Toyota budget. You understand? Or even Picanto budget.
Oh, you dear, if you like,
no,
go to Mercedes and tell them their car is expensive.
I don't get
Why?
it.
Why is
You
it
will
not
never
as
tell
cheap
a
as
doctor
Corolla?
that. You never go into a clinic and tell the doctor, no, your prices are too much. I know you are charging me 1,000 cities, but I'll pay you 300. How?
The best you can do is to walk away. And walk away, like, even sometimes when you are walking away, let the other person know that, oh, the price is too much for me. You know what? I won't be able to afford you. So now, in actual sense, now if I give you price and you don't let me know, I'll be the one to come back and ask you, was it too high for you? But I don't have to do that. If you tell me, oh, it's going to cost 5,000, and I'm buying something from you, I'll be like, okay, I can't afford the 5,000. So thank you so much for your time. Maybe some other time.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Yeah, it's 5,000. Oh, my budget is 1,000 cedis.
Your budget is 1,000 cities. Let me tell you what you're going to get. If you want a table, and the table costs 5,000, and the table I'm going to give you is MDF or glass and this and that.
Now you
want 1,000 cities. Okay, 1,000 cities will get you, my dear. It will get you a plywood table. Are you okay with that?
No, but we don't. We want the MDF. We want quality.
I'm sorry, but they don't sell MDF for 500 cities because the table has other components. Right?
Yes, expensive.
Oh my gosh. It's like somebody like, but this one, it should not charge more than this. And I'm like, okay. So you've budgeted whatever for these windows. I'm like, okay. So what about the person who installed the windows?
Oh, that one, he doesn't need money. He does
How
it
much
for
will
the
he?
love.
This is your love. This is your love conversation. I like bring that time to me. Bring that time to me. Let's have a chat.
Oh, it's for the love. Oh, don't do that.
You see, our problem is that we want quality, but we don't want to pay for quality. You get what you pay for. Full stop.
But we want quality, but we want it at a cheaper price.
Then look, you cannot have
even
fast and good quality in the same sense. They cannot exist.
Is it that it's cheap?
Yes.
And fast. Or it's quality.
You can't have all three. You can't have all three. That quality and fast will be TIA Express because really.
Express. So if you don't have the money for it, don't also go and be making noise like that.
It's over. It's Stanley, don't start, please.
So
but
now,
yeah, we need to standardize.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
About what?
About everything you've learned so far. If you were to start again with all the knowledge you have now, what would you do differently?
Stanley, this question.
It's hard.
Yeah, because I I've gone across many. I'm trying to think about, is it just interior design related? Is it just, or you're just talking about in life in general?
Oh, it's work in
Oh,
general.
work.
The transition from the fashion to the art, everything you've learned, if you were to be given the same opportunity again, but with all the knowledge you have now, what mistakes wouldn't you make? Because the reason we do share the journey is because we want to know, like, for those that are starting, of course, and those that are already in the process, what they should avoid, what you should try as much as possible to avoid. Because I myself have learned from a lot of people. I have a lot of older people as friends that I talk to periodically. I even talk to them sometimes because sometimes some clients are.
Stanley will call me when he needs the cutthroat solution.
Because if
I'm
it's
like, what
left to
nonsense
me,
is this?
if it's left to me, oh no 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 no. So it gets like that, and I know I've picked a lot from people and all their experience because I don't like to repeat people's mistakes. So most of the things I've done in my business, I've tried as much as possible. That's why I said I'm a very big risk taker. So the opportunity that you would have given me with that project that would have given me headache, I'll turn it down and wait for the right one and work with that right one. So in my current capacity, it's not if I can't do it, I'll refer you to somebody who can do it at that price or with that kind of scope or that kind of uncertainty.
Yeah.
I'll just refer you to somebody else. Because if I take it on, it will be back and forth. So, what experiences have you had that if you had when you were younger, starting everything?
Well, I think that, well, I mean, first of all, I believe everything happens for a reason. It sounds very cliche, but it's the truth. Um, I do believe that interiors is what I was meant to do. As much as I love fashion, and I was good at fashion, in my humble opinion, I was good at fashion, you understand, and I'm good at art and all of that. I do believe that interiors is what I was meant to do, because as much as the middle process, like, frustrates me, because I mean, let's be honest, it can be frustrating. I mean, we're having an honest interview here, right?
Yes.
So it can be frustrating, you understand, and dealing with the subcontractor, the painter not coming. Anyway, I do believe it's led me to here. I think what I would have done is, I'm someone who thinks a lot. Like I said, I always have business ideas. I always have this, and this was one that just never went away. But the starting of it, the oh, what are people going to think once I say because I did fashion for a decade. Do you understand? So, oh, what are people going to think? And what are people going to this? And what are people going to that? I would have just started, and and by now, instead of being 2.5 years old, we would be like 7 years old or something.
Or more.
You understand? And we, but I feel like it's always, for me, just starts, not even necessarily with interiors, but with every other idea I've had that has stayed with me, and I feel like, yes, this is a good idea. It's like, just start it. Just start it. Know when the research stops. Nobody is to say that don't just be starting things because there's not like an infinite amount of money in the world. But like, I tend to get stuck in the, oh, this would be so cool. I'm researching it. Oh yeah, just like this. And I'm just there. I'm just there on YouTube and there on Pinterest and there on this and there on that.
But you know actually
But I don't exactly. So I would then like, okay, the time to start is now. You get me? The time to start is now.
So you'd actually tell yourself to start once you get the idea.
And not once, so hey, please, not once.
After you
research, Kakra. You have to research a little bit. Okay, please. Nobody's just going to be starting ideas. We beg.
But it's actually true. Whenever I get ideas, I actually do some surveys. Like some of the services that I offer, I've had to do surveys to know, oh, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Would it be interesting to have this? Would it be this? And then now you push through with the starting of it. And of course, when you start, it will not be as sweet and as rosy as you think it should go. But once again, remember you love what you are doing, and you should be able to stick true to it. So
And another thing that I would also tell myself is, yes, the idea is nice, but once you start the idea, like there needs to be some, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not just an idea that you start and it's like, okay, I've scratched that itch, I'm done. But like, if you're starting another business, then by all means, let it be a business. You understand? It's not like, okay, you started this and it's like it's going cool for like 1 month, 2 months, and everything is great. It's not that you stop, but it's like, okay, I need to hire somebody to handle this now. You understand? Or I need to do this to handle this now, because obviously the ideas that I have is either to add to the studio, or it's a totally different business. If it's a totally different business, if it's something that's, let's say, like buying and selling of whatever online, there needs to be somebody who will handle the orders and handle all it, because I am not the one going to do this, because I'm already very busy and tired. You get me?
So what you're saying is, if even if it's a different idea that you're starting out, after you do your research and you start developing the business for a while, you look for people who can manage and run it perfectly without you being there.
Yes.
Which is the best business model, by the way, because
Oh my God, honestly,
you can't do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
There's 24 hours in a day. You don't have 48.
I wish there were more.
Yeah, you can't get more. But yeah, it's true. I actually do wish there was more.
Or let's get into the business of cloning. So like we can replicate ourselves. Then we will have more hours.
Oh, if only you could duplicate yourself.
Yeah.
But maybe that technology is out, just that we don't have access to.
Myself times 4.
I'm sure 4 is enough.
It's okay. I'll manage it times 4.
You manage the 4. Oh, trust me, you get to a point you need 10. You need 10.
Yeah, but we've developed the way, so we can do another one. So it's fine. Because, whoo, my gosh.
So it was amazing having you, Mina.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope to have you on another time, maybe a different conversation altogether.
Hey, what are we talking about? My God.
When that time reaches, we'll know. Yeah. Mind you, the questions I asked her, she was not aware of it.
I asked him, tell me the question. She said no.
No, we like to ask questions and you pour out your heart. You see, you don't have to prepare and come and be like, let me not say this. Let me say it like this. Live and color.
I'm already not like that. What's in my? I'll say what's in my head. I'm already not like that.
So, thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Oh, okay. She'll do the outro for me too.
Which one's the outro? How do you out?
I don't know. Feel free.
Stunning. You've left me here. Come and sit down. If you don't come and sit down, come and do the outro. I'll just be smiling. Hi.
All right. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in another interview with someone else. I don't know who it is now. I'm still trying to talk to a couple of people, but I hope they mind me. If they don't mind me, I'll come back and cry here.
Don't mind you.
Mind me. Yeah.
Mind Stanley, please.
All right then. Bye.